Welcome to Fitness Heroes. We're doing modification to workout number 1. Steven, what's the first exercise we're going to modify?
Squats.
Squats. That's an important one to modify and to know how to modify safely. So there's 2 main ways you can modify the squat. One is to not go as low. If you're having some knee or hip issues, just don't go down as low. We're only going to go about halfway down or just before it starts bothering you. The other way is to bring those feet and knees together. Let's say one side, one knee is not as strong as the other. Just going to bring that side right next to the other, kind of use the other leg as a brace. How about the next exercise?
Crunches.
Crunches, great. So most of the time, you won't have a problem with the crunches if you're already able to lay down flat on the floor. Crunch is a really safe exercise. The only thing that probably bothers you during the crunch is if you had like a bruised rib, in which you shouldn't be working out that hard anyway, or maybe some neck issue. If you have a neck issue, all you got to do is hold that head down there, and then you shouldn't be feeling any kind of discomfort in the back of your neck. The other reason you might not be able to do a crunch that well is maybe getting down to the floor is pretty hard. So then one thing you can do is just flex that stomach standing up. It's not going to be as good of a workout as doing a crunch on the floor, but you can still feel those stomach muscles tightening up even standing. So what's that third exercise we're modifying?
Push-ups.
Push-ups. Good. So the first thing that comes to my mind when we're modifying push-up is getting on like a couch or a chair and doing a push-up with a little bit less weight. But if you don't have that available, instead of doing a full push-up, we can just do a partial. Or we can bring our knees into it and have the legs help out. That way we can get a little bit more range of motion. What's next on the list, Steven?
Front lunges.
Lunges. Another important one to know how to modify. So if usually you have a problem with the front lunges, if your knee or hip or ankle is bothering you, or if your balance is not that great. So if it's balance, have a pole or a cane to help you go through that range of motion. If it's more of a structural issue, again, cut the range of motion. Don't go as low. Just go about halfway and keep it safe. That way you're not further irritating that range of motion. What's next?
Plank stand.
Plank stands, good. So with the plank stand, typically the most common issue I run across is wrist. It's in the wrist. So going down, having your weight on your hands is bothering your wrist. So what you want to do instead is have your knuckles down. And no, it's not comfortable on hard floor, which is why you want some cushion here. But then your wrist doesn't bend as much, causing discomfort right here. If it's more of an elbow or a shoulder issue, modify it just like we did with the push-ups. Do your plank stands on a couch or a chair. And if that still bothers something in there, then cut out the upper body and then just do another set of squats. Let your arms relax and let them recover for that when they're able to do some upper body stuff. What's after plank stands?
The last one is side bends.
We're on the last ones already? It's too easy. So the side bends, the biggest problem with these is like a lower back, stomach weakness. The first modification you want to try, if you can't do a full side bend, is going to be bending at the knee and then raising up. You might not feel it working, but I guarantee if you just go through the set and reps that's listed on workout 1, you might even feel it the next day, but you for sure will feel it at some point, either at the end of the workout or the next day. Since that's all the exercises in workout number 1, I'm going to wrap this up. Please send your questions or concerns or comments to us so we can get back to you as soon as we can. Otherwise, Fitness Heroes out.